Hi everyone, it's Becky from Northern Star Tarot, and do you know what? I realised today that I hadn't done the Cancer season kickoff because everything just went a bit up in the air, as things seem to be doing lately. Good old 2020. I'm very focused now on just riding it out until we get to September, and hopefully then schools will be back open and everyone will have that routine back in place. But at the moment you're just going to have to roll with it. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm doing what I can when I can. Either way, yeah, we didn't look at Cancer. So I'm kind of learning this as I go along about how astrology fits in with the tarot. And the tarot card for Cancer is the Chariot. I love this picture of the Chariot. This is from the Greenwich Tarot. And I like to use the images from that for these, but I was just like researching into this and I can't see anything on this that describes it as well as this. So Cancer, I was completely baffled as to why the Chariot was a symbol of Cancer, because Cancer's a water sign. Sorry. I mean, all fairness, it's a summer water sign, but it's a water sign nevertheless. And I always associate the key traits of water signs, which is empathy, emotion, intuition and stuff. And I know that Cancer's ruled by the moon, so I assumed naturally that the moon would be the card for Cancer, especially given that there is a crab on the front of the moon card, you may notice. But yeah, like something that's just been drawn attention to is he usually has symbols of the moon on his armour. And Cancer themselves are very fiercely protective. They also tend to fight for other people's causes. So I can totally see that sort of, for lack of a better term, fiery, what's the word? Sort of fiery energy that comes through that, even though it is water. But it's fierce love. That's the one. It's fierce love. It's loving so much that you are willing to like go to war for it. But apparently the Sphinxes represent like the exterior armor and the inside emotions, intuition, and apparently it's very linked with feminine energy. Hence why we got the Sphinxes. And Cancer is also associated with the breast. Didn't know that. I've learnt a lot in the last few minutes about Cancer. There's always a few signs that you just, like, I don't know many people who are Cancer. Not very personally, very closely. Same with Capricorn. There's just a few signs. Although this past year, Capricorns have been creeping into my life. Not in a bad way. It is my opposite sign though. But then I'm a Virgo moon, so I think that helps all. Anyway, I figured I would use my very watery, earthy looking deck, the Dreams of Gaia, for this one. So let's see how we can use Cancer energy. Oh, that was very quick. Destiny and love. What was I saying? About fierce love. Oh look, there's the moon in this one as well. The crescent moon. This is just like, what do you love, and are you pursuing it with that same tenacity that Cancerians do? I'm going to have a read of Destiny because I've never had that one out before. Let's see if I can get one more. I'm feeling like this is it. Let's see. How can we use Cancer energy? How can anyone use oh, my word. Way too many. How can anyone use Cancer energy? We've got air. I always find air and water are very similar sort of energies. They sort of cross over a bit, even though they're sort of like one's logic and one's emotion. Right, okay, let's see. This is feeling a bit like, what are you willing to risk for love? And that doesn't have to be romantic love. The thing with Cancer, it's very like motherly love as well. It is the things you value. Your destiny is to lead a life with meaning and purpose, it says. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Now, I always say, with the Chariot, for me, I've always learnt that this is the head and the heart. And this is the head and the heart working in unison. So it's no wonder that we've got love out to represent heart. We've got an air sign out. This is the 8 of air. Which feels a bit like that sword's stabbing into him there. It's about balance and, wow, I'm going to have a read of that one because it's quite an interesting design. And the 8 of Swords traditionally is about like anxiety and stuff. And I think that's something that can trip us up when we're heading to our destiny. I hate the word destiny. Oh no, destiny I'm fine with. Fate. I don't like fate. I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life, but I do believe in destiny. I know they sound very similar, and I suppose they are, but I just think that we always have the choice. We don't always get to fulfill our destinies. But it's, for me, I feel like I'm born with a purpose. I imagine most people do. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. If you are giving love to one person, if you impact someone's life in a positive way, then that surely is a a life fulfilled. Well, I'm just saying on the smaller scales, the smaller deeds that we do are the ones that kind of make the bigger impact, or can make the bigger impact. Discover your gifts and talents, a sense of purpose and confidence. Should maybe have read that before I carried on. Ancestral healing may be acquired. Break the chain. Remember your dreams. What are your strengths and weaknesses, it asks. Sometimes the most important destiny remains hidden. So, and that's quite interesting. This is what I love about tarot. I love trying to expose the things that are underneath. I'll be honest, I don't like using tarot for fortune telling. I would rather tell you where you are right now and all the things that are going on in your life right now, and show you where that can maybe head. And then it's up to you if you want to change things, if you want to go a different route. The ego, truth, power, responsibility. Ego does not always tell the truth. Effect will always follow cause. Time to change your ways. Admit that you made a mistake. And memories can be imperfect. Self-justification does not mitigate harm. Consequences are inescapable. We all make mistakes. And this is about accepting that. And not carrying that burden round when we do make mistakes. This is feeling like an air in judgment. And something I always say, when the Chariot comes up in readings, especially a reading where I'm feeling like someone's being pulled in two different directions, the Chariot is all about having your head and heart in unison and going the same way. You think about it. Let me get my battle wagon back out. If one of these horses, not hearts, heads, heart horses, if one of these horses is pulling off in a different direction, what happens when he giddies them up to go? It's going to just pull the cart apart. So I think this is just being mindful that head and heart are in unison for the direction that you're going in. And understanding that we have made mistakes. We are going to make mistakes again. It can't always be perfect. Life isn't like that, is it? And I think when we accept that and just sort of roll with it, feels like it's something I've been saying a lot, and every time I say it I hear the Oasis song. Anyway, I just feel like that should be the anthem for just the way things are right now, is just roll with it. Just roll with it. You know, there's going to be ups and downs and pains and breakthroughs, and this is just accepting that. I mean, you don't obviously purposely go forward. It's funny that I've got the chain, not funny, but we've got the chains here about breaking the change of repeating cycles. I think once we acknowledge, okay, I made a mistake with that, I'm not going to make that mistake again. So this is about breaking down that routine. Something else, the Chariot and Cancer, that I learned today is that both are symbolic of new beginnings, fresh start, new beginning, and moving forward. So this is very important coming out, really, isn't it? This is like, you know what? That shit hurt. It was in the past. It had consequences. Let's move forward now. Let's take what we've learned from that, get in our wagon, get head and heart in gear, in line. Because if one of them's looking backwards, looking at, oh, I should have done this better, why didn't I do that? You're not going to get anywhere, are you? You're not going to go forward. So, right, let's see. Oops. I got some new cards as well, so I might start using them because they're all about self-love. I'll say that. I used them for the first time today, just played with them and pulled a card out for myself, and it told me to be careful with my money. I kind of laughed because it's all about self-love and something I've been told from another tarot reader, and there was something else. I think my own tarot reading that I've done recently is to just be careful about my spending. So my brand new deck that I spent money on is telling me to stop spending so much money, start saving. I have much to save for. Oh, okay. Message from Cancer. For Cancer season for everyone. Oh, we got two. Commitment and coming to life. Lovely. They're very beautiful. In an instant, I've forgotten coming to life. I think commitment speaks volumes for itself. It is having that commitment to the journey, commitment to whatever it is that you are charging ahead towards. Your destiny, your love. What is it you love? And are you committed to it? Are you willing to risk everything for it? I mean, in a positive way. I mean, I know as part of the human condition, sometimes we risk everything for things that are not worth it. I've seen it. I've done it. Where I've turned my back on opportunities, on things that I wanted because I've been committed to the wrong course, or not the wrong course. It's usually always involving a relationship. I'm going to have a reader come into life because it's just gone out my head completely. I love this image though. If you look, it was a statue before and it's just that. This is feeling like a card of movement again, isn't it? Do you know what? I prefer doing these than the star signs. I think it's very limiting when we're just looking at our star sign, because you've got your star sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, countless planetary aspects. I prefer just doing this sort of reading of like, okay, how can we use the energies that are around us today? How can we use this energy coming in for this season? Anyway, coming to life, something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is being shown signs of life. You must try not to coax it along, or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form of the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. Wow. Destiny. This is just rolling with it again, isn't it? Just rolling with it and trusting that we will get where we need to be in the time that we need to be there. Right, I'm going to let you all go. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I am going to do instead of doing the daily energy, I'm just going to do a longer weekly energy one. So I'll post this one and I'll do another one now as well. So check both them out and I will see you soon. Bye for now.